who are not actually in one of the normal fine arts hours, we're looking at IPA. We're going to do IPA. It says of the day, but it's not really of the day. It's probably of the week. But anyway, IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. And so here's why this exists. It's an organization that figures out how we should write words instead of how we do. Because if you look at that word, it says, say it with me, podcast, right? The two vowels in it are O and A, so the question is, why doesn't it say podcast? And the answer is because we know that in English, which derives itself from lots of different other languages, vowels can sound different depending upon the context they're used in. So you don't say podcast, we understand that this word is podcast, right? But in IPA, each sound is assigned a very specific symbol so that it never changes. So write this in your notebook on the page that you title IPA, or International Phonetic Alphabet. You're going to write this information. The O in podcast is pronounced ah, and that ah, which looks like a normal A, lowercase a, is actually the symbol that always means ah in IPA. And the vowel is that squiggly thing there. And there are the words that will help you remember what that sound is. So write that information down, because it will help us as we start acting and speaking and singing to make sure that we're pronouncing the words correctly. All right, so that's podcast. And if it was in IPA spelling, it would look like that, podcast. And you would never mispronounce it because you know what those symbols mean. Let's move on. IPA of the day, number 2. This is just to catch you guys up. What's that word? It's middle. It has an I and an E. Here's the thing. We don't say mightily, we say middle. So here are the actual IPA letters or symbols that you use. It looks like an uppercase I, but it's pronounced I, as in him, kid, and mid. And now we have a little bit of a tricky situation with the LE, because we don't pronounce it midla, right? Or midly. We pronounce it middle. So there's a little bit of a problem in terms of letter order there, because in English we would say that E is silent. But it's not really, although it's not an E. So the vowel that goes there is the schwa, and it's an upside down and reversed E, so it looks like that. So you're going to write this stuff in your notes as well. The schwa sound is an sound, as in bug, rug, and mug. So capital I for I, schwa for and then the correct spelling in IPA for middle looks like this. That thing that just happened is called an accent mark, and that just lets you know that the accent of the two-syllable word middle, the accent is on the first syllable. Middle. Middle, right? And notice that the L follows the schwa sound, because that's how you say it. You don't go midla. All right, that's your IPA for the first 2 weeks of school.